first and 10 at the 11. To the air again, it's Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you get them back under your heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
On play action, Cousins able to shake him off. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight. Every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
Joseph's got it, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. It's a pretty good opening drive that'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They won at 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys are good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope. The good things are in store here today for them.
Joseph now to kick this one away. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. And they will start out in really great shape, up close to midfield.
In some phases of life, that's what's known as the quick response team. Down 3, they come right back with a big return. They want to at least tie this game up.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up first and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's a give up the middle. It's good. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive to either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back when he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yards. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. They go play action. Cousins.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
I would say it would probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
The Broncos and Russell Wilson heading back to work. And he's been loose with the football early. Interceptions on the first couple of drives. As they start again here, we'll see if he can do better. 1st and 10.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now it's Wilson. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They'll get 34 yards there.
Well, he's definitely difficult to account for out of the backfield, and he makes something happen there with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, and this is nothing more than a simple screen pass, but he does a really nice job of showing patience and letting his blockers get out in front of him. And he turns it into really nice yardage.
That's complete to the tight end, Saubert.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10 once again from the 28. Now Wilson. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up
the first down.
Again, Wilson.
Got a man. It's Judy, complete. And the Broncos are going to have a first and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that play is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a first and goal.
And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. To throw is Wilson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Touchdown! Eric Sauber from 6 yards away.
And the Broncos have taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Kene Nwangu now out of his end zone.
Oh, good return up past the 30.
Kene Nwangu.
And he will score. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming down to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead is now 10-7. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
The football going back over to the Denver Broncos. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. And his throw here's incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich.
And all the way home for a Bronco score. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Broncos have retaken the lead.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 14-10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And a Greg Dulcich touchdown reception finished that drive off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you try and score when given the opportunity.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
You've got to know as a quarterback that it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So the incomplete pass there, but the roughing the passer call bails them out.
Which means you have to stay on the field on defense longer because you've given the offense free snaps, not to mention the free yardage after that mistake.
Touchdown, Broncos! Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now.
And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
That is caught by Thielen.
And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
So we have reached halftime here and an 11-point.
Well, no sooner did the teams get to the locker rooms and they're running right back out. Halftime over, 3rd quarter, ready to go.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. To receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the 3rd quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off the play fake, Cousins. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Baron Browning from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
Right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he's got his big tight end here.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really trying to...
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the 2nd half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try... Comeback. It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't enough. Maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And it's fielded at the 34. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Denver's offense now set to go. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Eluding the pressure right.
Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Gordon will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now they'll run. Murray. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Latavius Murray taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Wilson going to throw for it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. He didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just said, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Baron Browning able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's able to get this one past the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they've not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good game and the first down.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. They go play action. Cousins out to his left. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On play action, Cousins. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that call now.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos
at their own 23. After the interception, here's Wilson. This is Gordon on the dump off. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head. 1, 2, and then
they get 6 yards back on the run. They still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to take over at the 41. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. Something to hang their head on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. To throw on 2nd and 10, Cousins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He don't want to give up any soft completions, not really points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Denver getting set to take the field.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Vikings will take over possession here at the 44. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw. Unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. On second and very short, Cousins.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to run up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And oh no, they spike it here. That was fourth down. So they spike it on fourth down, and they will lose the football. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 30 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. Touchdown! Jerry Judy from 21 yards away. And the Broncos up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it's capped off by the touchdown run from Jerry Judy.
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is second and 6.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Throwing, Cousins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine, partner, on offense or on